In recent years, emoji-related conviction have increased. This happens because emojis can be used instead of real objects. For example, sending a gun emoji to someone could be considered a death threat. Others involved in non-criminal cases have received hefty fines, or experienced the avoidable inconvenience of using supposedly innocuous emojis to express their feelings and reactions. Here are 10 cases of people getting into real troubles because of emoji. If you love this kind of video, kindly subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. Let's go into the video. 10. Teen arrested for pointing a gun emoji at a police emoji. In 2015, a teenager was arrested for pointing 3 guns at police. Aside from the obvious question of how the teenager was able to aim 3 guns with just 2 hands, the arrest wouldn't raise many eyebrows if the gun and the officer didn't have emojis. This emoji is part of several images and captions that the 17-year-old, Osiris Aristi, posted on his Facebook. He wrote, "NA run up on me, he gonna get blown down." Then he added an emoji of a cop and 3 guns. In another post, Aristi wrote, "Feel like cats in a body right now." The teenager added several more photos in which he posed with guns, drugs, and made a gang sign. The NYPD arrested him after learning of his threatening messages. Aristi was charged with illegal possession of weapons, drugs, and terrorist threats. Police said this is not the first time Aristi has broken the law. In fact, he was arrested 12 times on charges such as illegal possession of weapons and drugs as well as assault. He often posts about owning a gun and being monitored for posting emoji messages. 9. Australian man in trouble for sending gun emoji to his ex. 39-year-old Jade Booth, from Baroque Heights, New South Wales, Australia, was arrested for sending head and gun emojis to his ex. Booth remained in touch with the unnamed woman after they broke up, and often sent her harassing messages. The unnamed ex had a restraining order against Booth. However, he disobeyed order and continued to harass her. He sent her a series of messages, one of which contained an emoji of a gun-pointed head. Booth also left trash in front of the unnamed woman's house. The woman was afraid of frequent harassment, so she ran away from home. The proverbial last straw came, when Booth called her 6 times from her private number. She contacted the police after discovering that Booth was the caller. 8. 2 men arrested for sending threatening emojis to another man. Threat emojis don't always involve guns. The fist emoji can also be threatening. In 2015, South Carolina police arrested 2 29-year-old men, David Fuentes and Matthew Cowan, for sending emojis of fists, gun-like hands, and white ambulances to an unnamed man. Interestingly, unlike the other emojis that got people into trouble, the men involved didn't add any text to the message. It's just an emoji. Police said the duo intent on hitting the unnamed victim so badly that he would be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Before that, Fuentes and Cowan went to the unnamed man's house and tried to beat him. Although police did not arrest them for attempted assault, police intervened after the men sent emojis. Fuentes and Cowan were charged with stalking. 7. Couple from Israel was fined after they unknowingly agreed to a deal using multiple emojis. In 2017, an Israeli couple, Rosen and Nir Chaim Sararoff, received a $2,200 fine for using emojis during a deal with Yaniv Dahan, over an apartment he had put up for rent. The negotiation for the apartment was taking place over text, and the couple were reportedly using friendly emojis, that prompted Dahan to delete the apartment listing. To his surprise, the couple stopped responding to his text. Dahan took them to court, and argued that the series of emojis the couple used during their conversations made him believe that they were interested in the property. Some of the emojis the couple used are emoji of a dancing lady, 2 people dancing, a chipmunk, a peace sign, a smiley face, and a champagne bottle. The couple claimed they backed out of the deal due to dislike for the apartment, but the judge ruled that the use of emojis created a sense of optimism and ordered them to pay the $2,200 fine to Dehan. 6. Man arrested for sending X-rated emojis to teen. Emojis sometimes have sexual connotations. This can quickly cause problems when sending to minors. An unidentified 53-year-old Australian was arrested for sending inappropriate emojis to a minor. The unnamed man had previously been arrested for attempting to groom a minor. He was released on bail. A few weeks later, he went back to what he knew best, and tried to groom another 12-year-old, through social media and texting. Instead of using regular words, he used emojis. Police did not release the emoji this man used. However, they said he was charged with sexual assault, indecent treatment of children under 16 and indecent treatment of children under 12. 5. Man jailed for sending gun emoji to his ex. In 2016, a Frenchman Bilal Azagag was sentenced to 6 months in prison for sending gun emojis to his ex. This emoji was part of a string of nasty messages he sent to the unnamed woman after they broke up. She filed a complaint after receiving an emoji she considered a death threat. Her attorney argued that the text messages and emojis scared her and caused her nightmares. Azagag's attorney disagreed, arguing that the emoji had no serious implications. The court agreed with the woman, and determined that the emoji constituted a death threat. Azagag was sentenced to 6 months in prison and ordered to pay €1,000 in damages. But he was lucky. Under French law, death threats are punishable by up to 3 years in prison and a fine of £45,000. 4. Woman unable to use bank app because of emoji. In 2016, Laurie Stark couldn't access a banking app on her phone, because she used emoji as her account's nickname. The trouble started when Stark changed her nickname for fear of being hacked. Instead of using a name, she chose a nail polish emoji. She didn't realize what had happened until she tried to deposit a check using her banking app. After a series of unsuccessful attempts, she contacted support. They asked her to remove her nickname emoji, and that it have even broken their system. Stark was finally able to use the app after changing her nickname to letters. 3. Man gets jail term for sending airplane emoji to ex. In 2017, 26-year-old Sloan Cruz Koch was arrested for sending emoji of an airplane to his ex. The couple lived in Porirua, New Zealand before separating. The unnamed woman then left for Dunedin. Koch still keeps in touch with her and often sends her harassing messages on social media. The ex was fed up and had a restraining order issued against Koch. Anyway, the brave Koch kept in touch with her. He even booked a plane ticket to Dunedin and texted her, "You're going to ing get it." He ended the text with an airplane emoji. Judge Kevin Phillips wasn't used to emojis. He even had to ask Koch's attorney, Sarah Saunderson Warner, what emojis were. Phillips quickly concluded that Koch was planning on traveling to see his ex. The judge sentenced Koch to 8 months in prison. 2. Teen arrested for adding gun, bomb, and knife emoji to Instagram post. In 2015, an unnamed 12-year-old student at Sydney Lanier High School in Fairfax, Virginia, got into trouble after making threats against her school. The girl made these threats on Instagram using another student's account. In one post, she wrote "killing" and added a gun emoji. Another post, "Meet me in the library Tuesday." The most controversial message included the words, "Watch out, I'm coming," followed by emojis about guns, knives and bombs. The unnamed girl also posted online a list of students she hated, and threatened to attack the school on December 15. School resource officers traced the messages to the unnamed student, who was quickly arrested and charged. Her mother said she never intended to attack anyone and was just tired of being bullied at school. Police later released the girl after an investigation revealed she had no intention of carrying out her threat. 1. Teacher fired for sending eggplant emoji to student. Armando Alejo worked as a teacher in South Miami, Florida until he was fired and banned from teaching for 10 years, for sending a series of sexually explicit messages to a student. The messages include emojis of peach and eggplant, which are used to represent buttock and penis. The story begins when Alejo informs an unnamed 17-year-old student that he barely passed the exam, with score of below 54%. The students ask if there is a way to get more credits. Alejo started sending him inappropriate messages. In the message, he wrote, "Convince me, winking emoji. I'll give you a B if you give me a D." In another message, he told the student to F***K that booty. The student stopped responding and said he would accept his average score. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.